Guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is a very exciting one. We've been freaking dying to finally get to talk about this. I mean, we have been itching since the moment we found out. And it's crazy because normally, like, I find out about things and I post about them very quickly. I'm not like, I don't hold off on things, but this...
Me too.
Felt right to hold off on. We wanted to be 100% sure. We wanted to give us a little bit of cushion time because, you know, things happen in early term pregnancies. But now we are, as the title says, roughly 14 weeks pregnant when you're seeing this video.
Yeah. I'm 13 weeks and 4 days today. So this is going to go up Friday, right? So Saturday I'm 14. So basically 14, yeah.
Can you say we? I don't like this whole me thing.
We're pregnant.
Yeah. I hate that. I hate when women try to pregnant gatekeep.
We're having a baby, but I'm the one who's pregnant.
Correct.
Yes.
But I can also be pregnant.
Okay, sure. You get sympathy.
I want to identify as also pregnant. So.
Oh my God. We're having a baby, you guys.
Yes, we're having a baby.
I should have brought the ultrasound to show that. Oh, I meant to do that.
Yeah,
you rushed me out here.
It's fine. Full information if you guys want to watch some of the videos, they are on the Bogetti Bunch YouTube channel, which is linked on this YouTube channel. I know we have a lot of channels, but we post different stuff all over the board, all across the interwebs there.
Yep.
So Bogetti Bunch stuff, we're going to do a lot more pregnancy vlog videos and like
I have
that kind of stuff. And then the podcast, we can actually get in depth, mostly because I absolutely get frustrated when I hear videos that are basically just two people talking into a camera and they don't use good audio. But we have good audio because I built a room that cost a lot of money.
You did good on the audio part. Where do we start?
We
we wanted to sit down and talk about like kind of our whole journey before, during, and where we are now. So like... Do we start from the beginning? Can
we start with a quick shout out to that app? I don't know what it's called.
You always say this. The Flow app.
Yeah, the Flow app.
You don't even know what it is. Like, you have your own app.
No, but the Flow app was really good because it knew, like, when we were trying, you put in all the information.
Yeah, but it doesn't go by that.
No, but then it told you to take a pregnancy test the day that you found out. It said, hey, you might be pregnant today. Take one. And it was right on. Yeah. So that's pretty good.
If any women listening, you probably know this app. It's very common, but it tracks your period and your cycles and everything. So it knew when, because I had it, you have it set up to either like just track your period or trying to conceive.
Yeah.
So I had it as like trying to conceive. And so when the time would come around, it would be like 5 days until pregnancy test, 4 days until pregnancy test, 3. And then after that, you know, you either are or you're not. So it's very in-depth. Yeah.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. It was pretty good shout out because their setup worked pretty well because it nailed it on like, hey, take it here. And then it knew right away, like it just like rolled right into like, oh, now you're pregnant.
Yep.
And it knew how many weeks because it already had tracked all this stuff.
Yeah, because it knew when my period was and all that stuff. Yeah,
and we were trying for like 6 to 9 months-ish.
We started trying in August. So like August,
and then we conceived in
August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and then April. So it took like 9 months.
We conceived in like end of March. No. Incorrect.
Well, possibly, but I don't think so. I think it was April.
You said no, like you were pretty sure, and then hit me with a possibly.
Okay, well, you were thinking it was during TX2K, which is not true.
Like the 20th?
Maybe when we got home. I don't know.
So then... Why do you make it seem like it's so
because I think if it was March, I would be a little further along. That's why.
No, it could have been the end of March.
I've done so much time like staring at this app and studying it in the beginning because I was so anxious about where I was, and I'm pretty sure it was in April.
Okay, I'll let you roll with that.
Can I look at it quickly?
You can pull it up. I don't know. It's not that important, but it kind of is because you need to know how many weeks you are. We know roughly how many weeks because they measure the baby's size when you go in there. They do an ultrasound and they do like this little measurement. Baby waved at us. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, I tracked the days we were trying to conceive, and there was...
Intimate?
Yeah, there was 3 at the end of March and then 3 at the end of April. So I guess there was a 50-50 shot. Beginning of April, sorry. I don't know.
Your boy put in the time. It's not easy on these men out here to try to conceive.
Well, so that was a whole thing in the beginning. And I feel like if women who are listening, I did want to talk about this because it was really hard for me mentally when starting to try, because at first I was like, all right, we're just gonna try, like, and we'll just see what happens. And I was hoping that that's how it would happen. And then after like the first 3 months of doing that, I was like, all right, I need to start like getting more in sync with my cycle and like tracking my ovulation and stuff. I hope you don't care that I'm getting this personal, because I don't care at all. I like sharing this stuff.
That's fine. If it's like personal like this, and I think it might help other people struggling with the same thing, I would love to share it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to gatekeep our information and what we've went through.
Yeah, I hope some of my women listen to this so they can like hear all this.
Yeah.
But so then I started tracking my ovulation, which was like very stressful, because it's hard to find that one day where you get that smiley face and it's like, this is your peak ovulation. And then
yeah, so you're using test strips as well. They're like pregnancy tests, but they tell you when you're ovulating.
Yes, and I was taking them like every day during the week that my app was telling me I should be ovulating, but to find that one peak day is like hard. There was like some months that I didn't catch it or whatnot. So that was like a whole thing mentally on me, that I was just like, it was like discouraging. And then I would feel like we did it on that day that it was high peak, and then it didn't happen. I was like, what the heck? Like, why isn't it working? Like, is how I felt. And I like had a bunch of negative tests, like pregnancy tests each month. That was like, I was just looking into all my symptoms, how I was feeling each month. And I was like, oh, like I'm having this weird cramp. Does that mean I'm pregnant? Like, just reading so into my body and like my cycle and doing all that it like drove me crazy.
I even took a couple tests.
Yeah, you did. You guys know what that is, a male test.
Yeah.
We did that once, and like you were fine. And then I ended up doing some blood work in March because I was getting nervous. I was like, okay, in August it's gonna be a year, so like we're around like 7. We're like halfway there. Let me just make sure everything's good. Because they say to give it a year, and then you look into, like, other alternatives. Sorry, I have to catch my breath.
Yeah.
Pregnancy stuff.
Well, my whole thought, too, was, like, I didn't, like, for a while, I didn't think we were trying, like, super seriously or, like, really hard. I thought we were more casually
I
trying.
feel like we were on, like, different...
We were definitely... The communication there was a little lacking.
Cooper is the worst of
I just thought we were, like, casually trying to have a baby. I was like, I mean, I'd love to, like...
That's what I wanted it to be like as well, but then you get to a point where it's like, okay, this isn't as easy as I thought it would be, which is very common. Like, people think it's... And some people it is easy to get pregnant, but other people it's not, and you have to, like, do these things to try and get pregnant. And then... March, I went and did blood work to test all my hormones, and I did like a big blood work thing, and then I found out I was pregnant in April.
Yep.
That's like a crazy thing to me. And honestly, everyone was telling me, they were like, you just got to relax, like it's going to happen when you least expect it. And I feel like I finally got to, oh, that's what we did. So I think March came around, and I was like, I had been tracking my ovulation for the past few months, and I was like, I'm done. I need a break from it. Like, it's too hard mentally for me. I'm not doing it. So then I was like, let's just try the every other day thing. People say that works. So every other day, every 2 days, whatever. And we did that. And then I was pregnant.
Well, people say it works, and it does work.
Yeah, but like when I took the pressure off of like not testing anymore and just like I don't know, it just happened. It really happened when I least expected it, which was like really cool.
Yeah, it kind of just sneaks up on you, even though you're trying.
Yeah.
It can still surprise you and sneak up on you.
Yeah, which is funny too.
And you start to get down on yourself. You're worried. You're like, what am I doing wrong? What is wrong with me? What is like...
Yeah, I'm sure you had those thoughts too. Like,
of course, but I'm pretty like... I can put things out of my mind.
Yeah, but I mean, like, infertility is such a common thing nowadays, and you hear about it so much more. Like, I would spiral and be like, what if I can't have a baby? Like, what if I'm just...
Don't talk to me about that. I'll put my conspiracy hat on.
I know. Oh, God. No, that's not...
I know. That's why I said don't get into the infertility thing. I'll put my conspiracy...
It's a very common thing that women struggle with, and it's really sad and terrible, and...
It's on the rise a lot.
I definitely like started to get nervous about and was just like, oh my God, like, can we even have a baby? But I actually wanted to ask you this because I was thinking back about it. I remember in August, I was finally, because we always knew we wanted to have kids, but
A couple dozen of them.
I was never like fully ready. Like I always knew it was coming, but I was like, oh, when am I going to feel ready? I was just kind of like riding out because it's a lot on the woman, woman or women. It's a lot.
Women, yeah.
It's a lot on the women. And that was funny.
Kind of both works, I guess. A lot on the woman.
And so I never felt ready. And then August came around and I was like, all right, I feel ready and I really want this. Like I want to start trying. How did you feel? Like, were you on any wavelength of that? Like feeling ready or anything?
I was always prepared to have a kid and go through the having a kid stuff. I wasn't like super worried about that. It was more just like, are you ready? Because what it does to you is a lot harder than what it does to me.
Yeah.
And that's where it's tough. And like, are we ready just in life? And everybody always says like, oh, I'm not ready yet. I feel like that's always like a common thing. And I feel like if you wait until you're ready, you're always going to make an excuse why you're not. Yeah. It's very easy to make those excuses why you're not ready. And like, I don't think, oh, we're ready. Like, it just happens and you have to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And that's how life always is. Like, you're not ready to like go to college. Yeah, but you just have to do it.
I wasn't necessarily ready for all of like the pregnancy stuff, but I was ready to like have a baby and start that journey.
Yeah, you were in the mindset that you wanted a baby.
Yeah.
And you have to roll with the punches of getting one.
But I finally felt like brave enough, I guess, to start trying and like dipping my feet and like, okay, if this does happen, like I am mentally prepared to like go through all of it. I guess it's just different for the man.
Yeah, I mean, with the man, you have to be ready to take care of your wife, and you're like through it emotionally.
Yeah.
And like physically, you're going to be doing more than you probably were doing right before.
Yeah.
So you have to be ready for that, and then you have to be ready to have a kid. But again, like I wouldn't say like, oh, I'm ready. I think anytime you're going to something difficult and you're saying you're ready, you deserve to have your ass kicked a little bit. And it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, even with, like, I say the same thing about when I go on, like, race week, like sick week. I always tell people, I'm like, don't say you're ready. Yeah. Because then something's going to throw a curveball at you. And it's going to show, like, the world is going to show you real quick you weren't ready. So just go in, like, saying, I'm going to do my best.
Ready. Yeah, you're just,
and I'll take what I get.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'll roll with it because, I don't like the whole word ready. I feel like that's, like, bad juju.
I don't know how I would describe it then. I felt just like
prepared to have one, like not really prepared, but like you felt
the word to me is like ready. Like I was ready to get pregnant.
You were ready to get pregnant
mentally and like it just felt right, like the right time. I had been having like really bad baby fever, and I was just ready for that, you know.
No, I get that. 100%. It's weird because that word does have the two different like
I see what you're saying.
Like the two different meanings.
I can't think of another word for me. But also Cooper has been the best husband in the entire world during this. Like I cannot even explain how much he's stepped up to the plate to like help me and support me through everything, like mentally, physically, feeding me, going on walks with me, going on bike rides, like coming to every single doctor's appointment with me, which I'm really grateful that we're able to do that. But I struggled a lot in the beginning, mentally and physically, and I just couldn't have done it without you.
Well, good. Glad to hear. I couldn't have done it without you either, actually.
You had to do it because of me.
Yeah. Without your womb, it would have been very lonely.
I know.
But yeah, it's definitely, it's a lot on the man. I think
it is.
A lot of people wouldn't, I don't know. It's hard to say that because it sounds like you're almost diminishing what the woman goes through, but it is reasonable to say it's a lot on both parties.
For sure. It is more on the woman, but it is a lot on the man as well.
Of course. Like, and I think that's reasonable to say.
For sure. No, for sure. Like you've been going through this with me and dealing with and having to like pick up extra slack that I haven't been able to, like mentally and physically, and just like taking extra care of the house and doing the dishes and all those things, like bringing me food to the couch, feeding me, like all those things. Like that's a lot on someone to, like, I felt like you were like my caretaker for the first month.
Yeah, she spent a lot of time on the couch right off the kick. It was almost like the day after you found out you were pregnant.
You know what? It's what's weird though, and I said this to Maddie recently when I was like watching Rip. There was one of those days beforehand where I remember saying to her, I was like, I'm like not feeling good. Like I just feel like a little weird and like nauseous, but like I'll be okay. And that was like a few days before I found out. So it's like weird looking back. But yeah, I found out, and then almost immediately I was like down for the count.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a little bit of like mind kind of got you a little bit there, because it is weird coincidence.
I don't know if it was just the timing, like it was right at that 4 weeks when I found out, where that's when like the symptoms kind of start.
Yeah.
But
it was interesting. And then also the like 2 days before you found out, you were like, oh, I think I want to start eating meat again.
Yes, this was a weird...
I don't know if that's your body, like kind of like craving more protein.
I remember I said to you one day, I was like, this is the weirdest thing, but my body, I don't want the taste of meat in my mouth. I don't care for that. But my body is like needing it and wanting it. And I wanted to start eating meat again. And it was totally my body telling me I needed the more protein.
So right as she turned pregnant, right as she became impregnated, the body needed raw animal fat.
Not raw.
Needed animal fat, animal protein. And that
was crazy.
I've often thought that the body knows, and that the vegetarian diet isn't enough. And your body kind of told you right away, which is crazy.
I haven't been eating that much meat now.
I've been trying.
Well, I don't really want it anymore. Like,
I know you go back and forth whether you want it or not. You need like a good filet mignon, or like
that ground beef that I tried of yours today was pretty good.
Yeah, one of my sponsors.
Yeah, but well, and then okay, let's talk about my symptoms in the beginning.
Okay,
what would you say they were?
I would say, looking back, they were like 6 out of 10.
No, okay.
If I was to rate them.
Okay, yeah.
And I would say your symptoms were mostly tiredness. You were a little short-tempered with me sometimes. I would say that was one.
Nausea.
Nausea, yeah.
That was like my biggest
But you didn't throw up at any point.
No, but...
So, like, the nausea is mild if you're not throwing up.
Like, I wouldn't consider that I had morning sickness. I would say I had morning nausea.
Yeah.
And for, like, the first month, it was the worst. From, like, 4 to 8 weeks for me. So, I would wake up, like, when my eyes would open, I would immediately get out of bed, which is so not like me. Usually, I would, like, lay in bed for, like, 30 minutes to an hour. I would have to get up. I'd put on a different pair of comfy pajamas. I would brush my teeth, and I would go out into the kitchen and make a piece of toast. And I had to do that every morning, like eat something immediately, or else if I waited an extra 10 minutes, I felt so sick.
Yeah, it was like an exact clockwork time deal.
Or there was a few mornings in the beginning, I woke up at like 4 a.m. and I had to snack on crackers.
Yeah, you kept some crackers next to the bed.
But I have a fear of throwing up. So I was like overboard and did whatever I needed to do to not throw up. And I mean, really, I tried like the vitamin B6. I tried magnesium. What else? I got all those like Preggy Pops to try sucking on those. They're like lozenges.
But you didn't try them consistently.
No, I would take them when I really didn't feel good.
I feel like with like magnesium and the zinc and stuff like that, you're supposed to take it like regularly.
Yeah.
And it helps. Because like it's not, I don't think it's like an Advil.
No, but the
vitamin... Where like, oh, I have a headache, I'd take it.
The vitamin B6 I did take like every day for a while. And I don't, honestly, I feel like the only thing that really helped me was food.
Yeah.
Like I would just consistently eating every like hour or two, a little something like crackers. And I ate so much pasta because it was the only thing that I could.
But then you would get random food aversions to some things. You would make something and not want it.
Oh my God. In the beginning, I made this because I was so like, I'm going to eat healthy. For that first week. Remember I sent you a photo. I was like eating healthy for the baby. I had like a quinoa and like bowl. And then I just like had pasta the rest of the week. But I made this giant pasta salad with chickpea pasta, a bunch of veggies like chickpeas, this giant bowl. I think I ate 2 bowls of it. And then after that, the thought of it made me feel so sick. I was like, give it to the chickens. I can't even eat it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's a good thing we have chickens that just will eat whatever.
Yeah.
They don't really care.
That was weird too, the food aversion thing. Like the thought of certain things would make me feel so sick, and like smells too kind of made me not feel good. Remember when you were in Indy? I posted it today, and I sent you that photo of Jess next to me, and I was holding my nose.
Yeah, because she smelled.
She smelled like a dog, like just like dog smell, and I had these C-bands on. I don't know if you guys watch the videos. One of the last episodes, I was wearing the C-bands. I didn't know if anyone would like notice and be like, "What the heck?" But I was wearing the C-bands and like on the couch holding my nose because the smell of her was making me nauseous. I was like, Jess, you're so cute, and I love you because you want to sit next to me, but you're making me sick.
And it's not like she like smelt bad.
No, it was
she just
the
smelled
dog
like a
smell.
dog.
Yeah. It like she smelled like wet dog or something.
Yeah.
Like she probably needed a bath, to be honest.
I mean, probably, but that's normal.
Yeah.
They always need a bath or had just had a bath.
Yeah.
There's only ever the two.
We don't give them enough baths for sure.
Yeah. They're a pain in the butt to dry. But Jess definitely knows something's up with your belly.
Jess, I feel like only in the beginning. She was so attached to me when I was like sick on the couch every day.
Yeah.
She's usually obsessed with Cooper, and she wouldn't even go sit next to you when you'd come and join the couch. Like she would be right next to me, and she would like lay on my belly and just like be next to me 24/7. She definitely knew like I was not feeling good.
Yeah, she definitely had that feeling. But she was hitting your belly a little bit with her paw.
Yeah, I think she just does that on it.
Yeah, she's kind of just stupid. I think we're putting a little bit too much credit on her name there.
Yeah.
She was
No, but she did act differently because now that I've started to feel more normal, I think she's more normal. Like I think she definitely knew I was like not okay.
That's true. She can sense that you were just in a bad state at the moment.
Yes.
And then I was gone. I was in Indy.
That was terrible.
And then, yeah, everybody in Indy was asking where you were. And I was like, I can't tell you.
I know.
She's home. It was for a good reason.
Yeah.
I promise.
You guys will know soon?
Yeah. It's like, but it was still pretty early. So I was like, you guys won't know for
A while.
a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, I couldn't tell anyone. And then we have a December 24th, right? December 24th is the day that
Due date.
The due date, which I don't know how accurate due dates usually are.
They're not accurate.
Yeah, they're kind of just guesses.
Usually your first, you go 2 weeks over.
2 weeks longer than your due date? Okay, so we
I
might
think 2 weeks.
not have a 2023 baby. Right?
Oh, remember that too? I saw a TikTok in March and it was like, ladies, this is the last month to get pregnant if you want to have a baby in
it made you sad.
2023. And it made me so sad because I had on like my goals for 2023, have a baby, and I was like, shoot, we're getting close. Like, if maybe it's not going to happen this year. And we just
Photo finish. Maybe. I mean, we might
it.
be right at the beginning.
Yeah.
I feel like a January 1st baby's kind of cool. I feel like that's
cool.
a cool day to be born. Like
Yeah.
New Year's Day.
I feel like that time of year is just so hectic and all over the place.
Oh, yeah. I mean, holiday seasons,
And
the baby's screwed on that day.
I love Christmas. I would ideally like them to come before. That would be perfect.
Yeah. It's a tough one because you don't want them to be like early.
No, but
Like a week before isn't bad.
yeah, but anywhere between I think like 36 weeks and up, like you're fine.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm trying not to think too much about birth yet because that also really scares me. Going into pregnancy, I was like the first trimester, I'm scared. Birth, I'm scared. All of this in between, now I'm in like the happy state and getting excited and gonna enjoy it. So I'm trying not to think about birth yet. And please don't send me like horror stories because I don't want to hear it.
That's fair.
If you want to send me positive stories, I
or
would
maybe
love that.
some like if a horror story happened to you, maybe just a couple tips on like how to avoid it. You don't have to like send the story, but like, hey, like
yeah, but maybe someone got induced and it was terrible, and they're like, oh, maybe just don't get induced. Like, what if I have
don't know.
to?
There might be ways to not include your horror story with a little bit of a tip.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
not
don't scare me.
Maybe not
please.
fear monger, but also like
Yeah.
a little advice.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of that. But you also have a ton of friends that are pregnant currently.
Yeah, honestly, that's what and I feel like, most people do that is like they go to their close people, and those are people who I've been talking to about it. And
yeah, like James and Amber just had their third. Yeah. Maddie and Garrett just had their first. I mean, there's
Mallory and Mike are about to have their third.
Yep.
Well, not about, in October.
That's not far from us.
Our friends Jim and Shale.
Our neighbors just had a baby 2 days ago. 3 days ago, whatever. Yeah, so there's a pretty good boom of babies right now. I actually think that we are in a little bit of a baby boom at the moment. I feel like there's a lot of really similar aged babies coming out in this year. Maybe like
that we know?
Just in general. In general? Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of pregnancy right now. And baby booms happen. I mean, it's a normal thing. Like the term boomer comes from baby boomers.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're in a little bit of a boom right now. Comment, let me know if you guys think that that's true. Look around your family, friends, and social media and see, do you think a lot of people are having kids right now?
Yeah. But we posted today on Instagram and Facebook, and I posted a YouTube video on like TikTok. We just like announced it, and I've been like on cloud 9 all day.
Oh yeah,
like,
just doom scrolling.
I think I was on my phone from like 9 a.m. till now, like 12 o'clock. Till we started this, just like reading messages, and it's just like overwhelming in the best way.
So much positivity, so many people commenting.
Yeah, I was so nervous to post. Like this felt bigger than our wedding. Like this is the biggest thing we'll ever do in life. Like this is it. I've always thought about that too. You know, it's like, okay, we started dating, and then we graduated college, and then we got engaged, and then we got married. Like, what else do you do that's cool that's after this? It's like, this is the biggest thing.
That's about it, I guess.
I mean,
I guess next is just death.
You'll probably do something cool before that. But
I mean, maybe something cool, but like, it's not as cool as having a kid.
Child, I know.
Yeah, I kind of there's like a Jewish thing that I follow is like there's 3 things that a man should do before he dies. It's like plant a tree, have a child, and write a book.
Yes, I've heard that.
I like those. I'm 2 out of 3, kind of.
Yeah.
Close.
Have you planted? You planted an avocado tree.
Did. Yep.
Okay. Another thing. How are we gonna find out the gender?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're working on putting together a gender reveal. We'll know in like 5 days.
Yeah. So I did the genetic testing through the blood work at my 12-week appointment. We went?
We did the genetic testing.
Yeah, we went.
Yeah.
I said that. I said
no, you said I. You said I did the genetic.
I had to get blood work done. Cooper came with me.
I was there. I watched you drink the beverage and all that BS.
Yeah, that's another thing we could talk about.
Yep.
But that was a different appointment. But my 12-week appointment, I did the blood work to do the genetic testing, and we should be getting that back at the end of this week or next week, and then we're going to do a gender reveal. And we're not going to know. Like, it's going to be a surprise for us.
Yeah. And it's mostly going to be a surprise for us.
Why?
Like I feel like some people do a gender reveal to surprise everybody they know. Yeah. I just want to do the gender reveal to be surprised.
Yeah.
Well, like some people don't do it.
Know, and then
they're just like surprising all their friends, and like I want to be surprised. I don't want to just open an envelope like we're gonna do something cool. Yeah. I have a friend in aviation that might do something cool for us. So we're working on that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. And we're not doing like a whole party. Like we'll probably just invite a few of our close friends and just like hang out and do the little things. So.
I just want like an anticipatory moment of like something happening that like all at once you find out.
I woke up this morning and it felt like Christmas because I was about to be sharing today and I was like freaking out. I'm going to be freaking out.
Well, everybody I know, all my family is freaking out too because they need to know the gender because they want to buy things.
Oh my God, Cooper's mom is so excited. Since she found out, she's like, when can I go shopping?
Yes.
We're going to be shopping a lot, me and your mom.
Oh, really?
Watch out.
Yeah, for real.
You're going to be unloading boxes and putting stuff together.
Yeah, once you buy and put together a couple things, isn't it done? Yeah, we got to set up a nursery. We'll probably obviously do that for like videos.
Yes,
yeah, we'll do that on the Bogetti Bunch. Her nursery.
There's so much.
Her dream nursery.
I know. Cooper and I already got into a fight about how we're going to set up.
Yeah, I know. We'll probably get into more.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm
glad we got past that one.
I am very set up. Like I enjoy like the setup, like you know how you set up like a shop or how you set up like a studio or how you set up like an office. Like I like those things and I'm very opinionated on those things. But I realize that this is not my nursery.
Okay, Okay, you know what? It's neither of ours. It's our child's nursery. But who's going to be spending most time in there probably?
Yeah.
Me.
I mean, I'm going to put you in there, lock the door, throw a meal in every now and then.
Yeah.
Like a prison cell. I'm going to put like a cutout on the door and slide a tray in.
The factor meals.
Yeah. Slide a meal in every now and then.
Oh, God.
All right, supper. You get 10
What do you
minutes
want for
outside.
breakfast? You get oatmeal and milk. That's it.
One piece of bread that's not even toasted.
God. No, but we're definitely going to have more things that are hard conversations and disagreements and arguments. It's just how we move past.
I think that's
compromise
fine.
is a big thing.
I think having like a discussion like that about like small things is okay because it shows that you at least care.
Yeah.
Because if you had like no discussions about things with your partner and like the partner was just kind of like, oh, whatever, I don't care. Mm-hmm. You would hate that probably more.
Yeah.
But like me being like opinionated on things at least shows that I care enough to like, you know, think about this and like.
I know.
Because if I was just like, I don't care, whatever, you would think you would like that, but maybe not.
I know. I'm kind of thinking like maybe I would like. I don't know. It just depends on what it's for, you know. Like I feel like you're not gonna care what the baby wears. Like I'll probably more so.
No, but that's
that.
like an in the moment thing. Like they're only gonna be wearing it for a few minutes.
No, but like what we purchase for the baby.
I know, but like even so, like, oh, I got this onesie. Okay, it's gonna be freaking wrecked. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not like a permanent thing. It's not like.
No, but I mean it kind of is. Like it's something that they wear consistently.
Yeah,
it's not like they poop in it and you throw it out. Like you wash it.
You need like 40 of them.
Yeah, I know.
So think about how short of amount of time they do wear one thing for.
I know, but
that's what I'm more saying. Like, it's not like a big decision. No, like if I put the baby in something that you didn't like, it's like okay, it's not permanent.
Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. No,
like when we're wearing our tinfoil hats together.
You and the baby. God.
Me and the baby, yeah.
Oh, but also going back on gender. What do you think it is? What do you want?
I'd like a boy. I don't know. I feel like girls are really common right now too.
I feel like everyone's saying the opposite. Everyone we know is like has had boys.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I have had like an intuition and thing the entire time that it's a boy. Like I have had no thought of like girl names, anything. Like
we have battling families right now though.
Yeah, so Cooper's family is very strong boys on the Bogetti side. Like your grandpa had 3 boys. Mm-hmm. One of
my cousin
had 4 boys.
Yep.
Your parents 2 boys first.
And then 2 girls.
Your other Uncle Jeff, they had 1 boy first.
They had a boy first.
So like.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of boys on the Bogetti side, but then
my dad has had 3 girls.
Yes. And then your sister
is having a girl.
Has a girl on the way in August.
But my sister's boyfriend's family he's 2 girls, 1 boy, I'm pretty sure. So it's girls. But your dad also had
2 girls with 1 woman and then another girl with another. So it's like
girls he's are very showing strong that but I think they say it comes from the man.
I don't know if that's
because with Tallulah and Mike, like girls came from. They probably were very common to have a girl because of my dad and Mike.
Yeah, that probably didn't help.
You know, but I'm in a tricky spot because we're kind of like in the middle.
And let's also just say we have enough girls at the house.
Yeah, Cooper
2 golden retrievers and Luna are all girls.
Yeah.
And I got enough girls in the house. Outside, we have some chickens that are girls, but they don't really count. And then the 2 tortoises that are boys, they're my guys.
Yeah. I've always dreamt of having a boy. I think because it's just me and my sister. Like I always wanted a big brother or a brother. Not that I didn't like my sister. I loved having a sister. We fought like cats and dogs when we were younger, but like I love having a sister. But I just always wanted like a boy figure in my life. So I've always dreamt of having a boy first. So. But either way, like, if it's a girl, we're going to be so excited. Like, if it's a boy, we're going to be so excited.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm going to have to switch my brain a little bit because I'm so boy right now.
I know. If it's a girl, then we're definitely having more kids.
Yeah.
That's the other flip side of it.
We want to have more kids
regardless. I know, but I'm just saying, I feel like that's almost a guarantee at that point.
But I think either way, if it was a boy, I'm like, oh, I want to have a girl.
I'd like about a dozen.
I'm taking this one, seeing how this first one goes.
See, you just changed your
What?
stance. I said.
No, I do want to have more kids, but I'm also like, Jesus, let me take one step at a time.
A boy would be nice. I just feel like it'd be convenient to have a boy first.
Yeah. But then I look at James and Amber with Oakland first, and like,
I don't think I wouldn't be mad either way.
I know. Yeah, me either. It's a different experience, and I just will have to like alter my brain because I'm so boy right now.
Yeah, and not to mention there's already two baby girls in your family right now. Like, there's already 2 girls.
Yeah.
I don't think we need 3 girls at the next Christmas gathering.
Oh my God.
3 baby girls.
My mom thinks it's a girl. Your mom thinks it's a boy.
My grandma, I think, was already buying boy clothes.
Yeah, I think so.
She's going to be a great grandma, which is pretty cool.
I know.
That's pretty crazy.
And great grandpa.
Yeah, and great grandpa.
Great pop and great mom.
That's pretty crazy to make your grandparents great grandparents. And then I have 2 sisters and a brother, so
who are so excited.
They're going to be aunts and uncles, and they're very excited about that.
And your parents are going to be moving down to Florida in October.
That's their plan. They plan on coming down here to help us out because right now we're, there's not many like people around to help.
My mom is here, which she's going to be helping me and my sister, but
yeah, and your sister's about 30 minutes away, which is convenient at least, because plenty of people live 10 hours from their siblings,
But it will be so nice having your parents here too.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. Especially, it'll be crazy because we're having a holidays baby. So it's going to be like a crazy holiday season.
Yeah, we usually always go to Cooper's grandma's every Christmas, and I'm like, that's not going to happen this year.
Yeah, you're not getting a present, that's for sure.
I know, I love going Wait.
You're getting a baby. That's your present. You can maybe get like a push present.
Thank you. That's what I want.
You see, I won't care about Christmas presents. I want my push present. In the last 5 years, women have made up this thing called a push present.
It's not in the last
If you don't know
5 years.
about it, it's when they push a baby out. Do C-sections get push presents?
Yes.
Okay. So,
however you birth a baby, Cooper.
Well, the name is a little. The name is a little.
Because you're not pushing, it
specific
doesn't matter. Okay,
to
whatever.
What's going on?
Birth present.
Women have made up this thing that they deserve a gift when they deliver a child. And I don't know how to feel about it. She wants something expensive, I'm sure. and that, to me, what more expense can you get than a child?
Yeah.
It is
very expensive.
On your taxes, probably one of your highest expenses. If I was going to sit down with my accountant,
God.
I think they say that they cost like $1 million over their lifetime. That's crazy.
Oh, Jesus. I want a push present.
And we're just having one. I always thought we'd have twins, but...
Yeah. That was the first thing when we were at the appointment. I was like, is there just one in there? And she was like, yeah, there's just one. She was like, why?
She's like, should there be more?
Yeah.
Because I always felt like twins were coming, which...
What if it was like our next one was twins?
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
As you get older, I think they become more and more common.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think that's a thing. And IVF, it's very common to have twins.
Yes. I know. I think... Thinking right now, I'm like, shoot, am I going to want to do this again? But I definitely don't want to have one kid. Like, I want to have at least 2. And people always say once you're done with pregnancy and your baby's here, like, you forget about all the hard parts of it. And you're just like, I want a million more of these. And I'm sure I'm going to feel that way.
I think that's a naturally ingrained thing into women biology that they forget about the previous pregnancy quickly.
I think I've
and
heard
that's
something.
to make them more inclined to reproduce because that is like a natural animal instinct.
Yeah.
You have to reproduce more and more and more. And it's kind of crazy because if you think about it, when you only have one kid, you're lowering the population. Like you're not.
Oh yeah,
like,
you had this talk. Yeah, like we have to have at least 2 to keep it. I
believe in like replacement at least, like replacement theory. So if like you have to at least replace each other, you have to replace yourselves in this world, or else the population's going to be declining. So it's weird to talk about, but you if you think about the greater human race, you want to reproduce. Like I think you have to have 2.7 kids average. So like,
I always said I would like 3.
Yeah,
that would be
that's
nice.
kind of what you have to do. You have to have at least 3,
Yeah, well, then you're like expanding the population.
Exactly.
Another thing someone asked me on Instagram that I thought was a good question was what we're looking forward to and what we're not. And I was thinking more, so I answered this more in pregnancy. Like, I'm looking forward to finding out the gender and then, like, starting to shop and get, like, all the things and do the nursery and that stuff. And then I'm not looking forward to birth as of now. But what about you?
I'm looking forward to setting up the nursery. I think that'll be fun. Mm-hmm. And then I'm also looking forward to getting to drive to the hospital, you know, like one of those, like, I got this. And, like, you
if
really
I gotta give birth on the side of the road, we could do this.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
God.
And you name the kid after whatever street you were just born on.
Like, you're ready for that, like, rush of adrenaline moment of, like, I'm in labor driving.
Yeah, and then you name the kid after whatever street they were born on. It's part of the rules. I have an uncle named Wilcox. I know, this is unfortunate.
I was actually thinking that we need to call Uncle PJ.
He doesn't like it.
We need to call and tell him.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that'll be a fun one. I think the giving birth will be a good experience. I think that'll be on my side of things. I think that'll be a good experience. And then having the baby getting out of the hospital will be nice. Like, I think.
Yeah, it'll be so special.
I'm not super stoked for that first, like, 2 months or 3 months of the baby. But, like,
it's a little rough.
Once you have, like, a 7-month-old, I feel like that's when it starts to be like, oh.
Oh my God, even when they're like 4 months old, it gets so much better, I feel like.
Yeah, like they're so quickly, they're like, oh, you can actually like communicate.
Yeah, and they get like, they start laughing at you and
you can eat normal food.
Yeah.
Not like goo.
Yeah, not just milk.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's
I guess
nice.
you start that around like 5 months, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a dog.
But it's crazy how quick that happens.
Give them table scraps.
I didn't really think about what I'm looking. I guess after, I'm probably not looking forward to. I'm nervous about sleep because I really, like, I get my 10 hours of sleep a night. I think that's going to be a little rough for me.
Sleep more than you're awake.
Do I? Wait, I go.
It's 24 hours in a day. Almost.
Oh,
I mean, you're not far off.
I get like my 8 hours of sleep a night.
10 hours.
Whatever. Sometimes I probably do sleep 10 hours. So
my 14 hours of sleep.
So that I'm not looking forward to. It'll be probably a hard adjustment for me, but otherwise, just I think getting to see like you be a dad and me be a mom and just like I'm really excited to see Jess and Millie with the baby and how they react and just like all the snuggles and
they'll get panicky. They get all panicky with things.
Yeah. I think Jess is gonna be more like interested than Millie.
Yeah, she'll be more calm.
Yeah.
They would like if you could take the placenta home in a doggy bag for them.
Give them treats.
Some people eat it.
What?
Some people eat it.
No, some people do. Yeah. I will not be that person.
Do you grill it? Like, how do you eat it? Like,
no, I think actually I've heard.
Is that like where you become a grill dad? Is that where you start? Like, you get your New Balances and the grill?
I think people actually get it like down to a powder and then encapsulate it, and it's like pills. I think I've heard of that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That seems like the weirdest way to eat something.
I don't know. And then just like melt it down.
Like, yeah, we melt it down and we inject it into you. Like, I feel like it would be more normal to eat like a steak, even though.
Ew, it's so gross.
I don't know. I'd try it.
Yeah. Also,
with some A1.
Someone asked me, was it hard like not posting on social media for the first while? And I would say, honestly, I'm glad that it was, I'm glad there's like don't wait until you're 12 weeks to announce, because it was so special, just like us two knowing really. And we told family and friends. We told family and friends like right away, because I was like, I'm going to need support through this.
She's like, I'm not telling anybody. I just told X, Y, Z.
I never said I'm not telling
this person,
anyone.
that person, that person, this person. You're like, I'm not telling many people. And then you told a lot of people. I was like, you told them?
Remember you? Yeah, same with you. You'd like, oh yeah, I
was a
ended
steel
up telling
trap.
him. You're like, oh yeah, I ended up telling him.
Steel trap. Nobody got the information from me.
No, you told people as well.
Yeah, I did tell
And
them.
actually, every person I told you I was telling. I was like, oh, I'm gonna tell Haley today. You didn't tell me one person. I had to ask you. I like knew you were with someone. I'm like, did you end up telling him? And you're like, oh yeah, I did. Like, he wouldn't even tell me.
I was keeping it a secret from you.
But so it was nice that we just got to like enjoy that first few months, but then towards the end when I was starting to feel better, I've just been like itching to get it out there because I feel like I haven't really been myself and have been posting differently on Instagram, so I was just ready for like people to know.
Yeah, it was definitely weird with that, and like not being able to like, oh, where's Bronte? Like, shit. Like you can't like it's just tough to not have like
lying.
An answer to stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I felt like there was some friends
People were like, when you guys having a baby?
I know. Yeah.
Well, George actually, I was at the track with them. Oh, what? Yesterday?
2 days ago.
2 days ago, I was at the track with them, and George was like, "When are you having a kid?" And I go, "December 24th." And he was like, "What?"
Wait, you did?
Yeah.
So you told him?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, he's gonna find out in 2 days, anyways.
I know.
I was like, at that point, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
December 24th. That's funny. What were we saying?
We were talking about hiding it from social media.
I've had a little bit of pregnancy brain for sure. Like I just feel like I've forgotten things. Like there's been emails. I'm like, shoot, I'm supposed to answer that, or like just forgetting things. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. Like you kind of forgot things to begin with.
What are my symptoms now?
I don't know.
Oh, I've been starting to get. Oh yeah, my acne was really bad in the beginning. It's starting to get a little bit better, but that was also another symptom. I guess it's still kind of not great.
This constant urge to take photo and video.
No, a constant urge to pee. How about that?
That's true.
Dude, when I got into bed last night, I got into bed before you. I think I got into bed at 9, and you.
Extremely early.
I peed like 5 times before you came downstairs. So in like an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. That's what, like every like 20 minutes I'm peeing.
Yep.
It's so annoying. And then I've started to get round ligament pain. I asked the nurses the other day, which it's not like pain. It just feels like a stretching or something like in my stomach and my uterus. I feel like I haven't really been nauseous anymore. I'm still like a little tired some days, but I haven't been drinking caffeine. I want to start drinking like a little
I feel like you have like
something.
shortness of breath.
I do.
Like, you know, we've been trying to do anything to like stay active, like bike ride. We actually play frisbee at night, which is like a funny one.
Yeah.
But like in the driveway, just throw the frisbee around a little bit when it cools off at night is nice to like be outside
and just move my body.
Yeah.
I actually tried my best to stay active during the first trimester, and I want to give myself credit because I did like do little workouts, like even if it was for 5, 10, 20 minutes, like I did something. I tried to, and I was walking a good amount in the beginning, but there totally was some days where I started a workout and I had to stop because I was feeling nauseous, or I just didn't work out. But I would say I worked out like 3 times a week, maybe 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 some weeks. Or I was just trying to walk, and I don't know, I was trying, and I
it's a hot time of year too, so if you don't walk like early in the morning,
or late at
you
night.
have to walk either late in the evening.
But now that I'm starting to feel better, like I've been doing some Peloton workouts, and I've been doing my strength classes again, and walking and biking, and I'm finally getting back into it, which is just so nice because it's so good for my mental health.
Yeah, she does have a Peloton, so she can like sit and pedal. Mm-hmm. The doctor said that was fine.
Yep. So I do that. So, yeah. I don't know why I said that. What were we talking about?
We were talking about symptoms that you've been having.
Oh, yeah.
And you've been like tired quickly.
A little bit tired, yeah.
Like if you do something in the beginning, that was weird. Like you would do like a lot the day before. And then the next day you were just like done.
Yeah, I would feel good one day and I would like get stuff done. I would like do some work, and then the next day, oh yeah, it's a good thing you remember that.
Yeah, like it would be like a quick like crash.
Even yesterday, I think I did like a weight workout, and then I went for a walk, and I felt like very weak the whole day. Like it's just so much harder on my body.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're just trying to prepare and get things together for this child to come.
Yeah. And then the one other thing that this was unexpected, because I feel like I went into pregnancy knowing a lot. Like I've talked to a lot of people. I've done a lot of things. I had no idea about this, but I had to do an early glucose test because of my BMI. So you can look that up and whatever. But
Which is basically just diabetes.
It's the test to check for gestational diabetes, and usually you do it around like 22, I think, to 24 weeks, but they wanted to do it early because if you catch it early, you can get it handled early.
Pretty common thing.
So, yeah, but it's common to do it later. Not But
it's a common thing to get.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just never heard of...
It's not common to do the test. It's you do the test. Like everybody does the test.
Wait, you're saying it's common to get gestational Yes, in pregnancy, yeah.
The test isn't common, it's guaranteed. Everybody does it.
Yes. But
doing it early, which I feel like they're probably doing it early for a lot of people just for like you might as well do it early. Like there's no reason not to catch it early.
Most people don't because it's such a flip of the coin. It seems like to get gestational diabetes, like I haven't gotten the results back yet, but I feel like I've heard of people who are perfectly healthy. Their BMI is perfect.
Yeah.
And
that's why I think.
But I'm like active, like I eat pretty good, like, you know, and whatever. So I feel like I'm okay, but who knows?
That's why I think they'll just start administering the test earlier.
Yeah.
And because everybody that has it, if they found out late, they just wish that they had found out earlier. So it's like, why not just do it
earlier? Yeah. But I was so nervous for it. I wasn't as nervous as the big blood work that I had to get.
Just to take the drink.
But I've heard of people like getting sick from the drink or it making them super nauseous. And like I said, I have a fear of throwing up. So I just was nervous how it would make me feel. I felt completely fine. The only thing I would say is after I felt tired, like almost a sugar crash, and drinking the drink, it wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was probably like a 3 out of 10, 10 being the worst. And it was just a little hard to get down because it just tasted like a syrupy, sweet medicine.
And that was one of our fights. We had a big fight about the drink. I was saying just take the drink, take the blood test, and call it a day, move on. It's nice and quick and easy.
Well, I like looking into other options. So they did tell me if I didn't want to do the drink, my doctor...
No, you asked them. You did ask them, though.
I asked them, yes.
Okay, but you made it sound like they just like told you here are your two options. No, I said
I like having other options, so I asked them.
Okay, yeah.
I like having other options, so I asked them. I said if I didn't want to do the drink, is there another way? And I could have done like finger pricking 4 times a day for 2 weeks, but...
That would have been a lot.
Yeah, I just did the test. But there also is a drink called the Fresh Test that it's like more natural and stuff, and I was gonna do that, but I just didn't have time to order it. But any pregnant people, or if your wife's pregnant, that's a good other alternative. My doctor said that I could do that if I wanted to, so maybe look into that. If like I was fine with that drink, but I honestly might get that for the next one, just if it tastes better, you know, because it was just a little gross, like. But it's really not bad at all.
No, I mean, it's really not worth like going out of your way, I feel like, to order like, you know, like it's so easy to just like go in and
if you wanted something with better ingredients. Like, if you're
it's just sugar. It's really just sugar water.
I just told myself going into there, I was like, you're just drinking a Coke. Like a Coke has 55 grams of sugar. You're drinking something that has 50 grams of sugar.
Part of it, which is funny, is like they make you drink it in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which doesn't sound like that long, but for some reason, like you don't chug things very well.
No, I've always been a terrible chugger. So
yeah, like
I was like, I'm taking my sweet time drinking this. Like I'm not gonna just chug it for no reason. Like I'm just gonna slowly sip on it.
Bring a straw.
Yeah, that helped. I had a straw and I drank it with a straw like halfway through.
Yeah, that helps for sure. But yeah, I mean, if you can just chug it down and not think about the taste or anything or the syrupiness or anything like that, just put it down.
I see why people would chug it if they could just to like get it down quicker. But it's like you have time, just like sip on it.
Yeah, but you're just like you're elongating the pain. Like if it tastes bad, make it taste bad for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or make it taste bad for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it was getting like worse as I was
That's what I mean,
it.
like just done.
Yeah, I just can't do that.
It's nice to just like, if you like either pain now or pain later. And that's kind of how I always see it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you went with the simple route of just.
I am too, just because it was quicker. And then I'm not great. No, you know, I need to give myself credit. I don't love getting blood work done. I don't know who does. I just have to look away. Like the needle doesn't bother me. The poke doesn't bother me. It's just the thought of what's happening kind of like makes me a little queasy sometimes. So the appointment before was the lab work. The week before was the lab work, and I had to get it was 10 vials of blood, and I was so nervous for that because the last time I had gotten blood work, I had to fast, and I did not feel good during it. But this one I could eat and everything, so I was completely fine. So I was nervous for nothing. But then after the glucose test, you have to take blood, and the first nurse that poked me missed my vein. So then she's like, I don't poke people twice. So this other nurse there, they switched positions. Then she starts looking at my hand. I was like, I've never gotten a needle in my hand. Can you just do it here again, please? And then she got it. But I was starting to sweat because I don't like it. I'm like, of course they have to freaking do this twice.
Yeah, the needle in the hand's not that bad.
Have you ever gotten that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to get that when you're pregnant. They put an IV or something in.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I don't like it here.
Really?
Yeah, because here bends, here doesn't.
That's why they do it in your hand, because
I like that because you can you don't feel like your arm is stiff, and every time I've ever gotten a needle here, I feel like my arm is sore right there.
Really? Afterwards?
Yeah.
I never really feel like that.
But that's because every time I've donated blood for the most part, so they take a lot from there.
Yeah.
A lot, multiple bags.
Yeah.
And then that made my arm sore. And one time I did a white blood cell donation, which was they use this machine and they pump your blood out and then they separate the white blood cells and put it back in. It's a crazy one.
Whoa.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
It's not a doctor.
It was a next level. It was I don't know why they were like, hey, you want to do this extreme one where you'll be sitting here for hours?
And
I was like, sure.
What else
care.
am I doing?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay. I'm sure nobody ever got it. They probably ended up throwing it away.
Yeah.
Sat there for 3 hours for them to throw it away.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good one.
Anything else?
I don't know. I mean, we're pretty good. I think we'll just keep people updated as we do our weekly podcasts. We'll talk briefly about
things going on. We have our next appointment in 4 weeks. I go every 4 weeks right now, so everything looks good. We'll be getting my blood work results back, gender results, gender reveal soon, a lot of exciting things. I have videos on the Bogetti bunch. I have a first trimester vlog. Posted one, me finding out and telling you. What else? I vlogged our first appointment. There's a lot of fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, you filmed a lot, so there's going to be a lot of videos on the Bogetti bunch over the next couple weeks.
Yep.
So go subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Over here, we'll be doing our weekly podcasts, or by every other week podcast.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about what's going on or changing and all that fun stuff.
It won't only be pregnancy stuff.
No, not at all.
I don't want to bombard. This, there's not going to be that. Yeah. But this was our one episode that we wanted to talk about all of it, but we'll talk a little bit more about it in the future, but it'll be other stuff. It'll be
segments in those.
Yes.
Yeah. We don't have enough to talk about the whole, another hour of talking about it.
Yeah. Well, the next one might be fun because we'll know the gender. So
yeah, that'll be cool. So, all right, that'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. But we will see you next time. Thank you for watching.